Two cannibals are eating a clown. One says to the other, does this one taste funny to you? That was pretty fucking funny.
I'm not laughing.
That was pretty fucking funny.
The Dad Collective Podcast.
Hello, everybody in podcast land. My name is Daniel.
I'm Paul.
And this is...
The Dad Collective Podcast.
Is our intros, our intros good? Like, do you listen to...
Our intros good?
I'm a pirate.
What was that?
Are our intros good in compared to other podcasts?
Not this one.
It's Hat Day.
It's hat day, yeah.
Are you feeling good?
We're doing this during the day, which is like,
weird.
This is weird for us because we're like a nighttime kind of group.
Yeah,
And
totally. We're nocturnal.
I don't know why we're doing this during the day.
Natural sunlight burns my skin.
Yeah, he's actually a vampire, so we brought him in here in a coffin.
I feel we haven't, actually, before I ask you that, in a coffin, I haven't asked you this, but before I ask you this, to anyone who's listening out there in the podcast world on audio.
Even if you're watching, go to audio.
Yeah, at the end of the day, get to the audio.
Figure it out, people. I believe in every single one of you out there.
There's an app. There's multiple apps.
There's a link tree.
There's a link tree.
It's a tree of links.
And you can click any of those links, give us a good rating, give us a nice little comment. It doesn't have to be a nice comment. Will we give a winner a comment? We would give a prize even if the comment's negative?
Yeah, so we had a comment that was like, look at this generation alpha. I'm like, with a crying face emoji. I don't
Is that
know
us? I don't get that.
I don't, we're such alpha males. I am an alpha.
No, alpha's like our kids' generation. Like that's the next.
So I'm going to take that we look youthful.
Yeah, we look like we're like
7-year-olds.
12-year-old boys.
Yeah, that's a fake beard. He drew it on with a marker. It's a smelly marker. So
Did you ever do that with a
Sharpie?
Sharpie back in the day?
No, I used to just sniff them. I was like, I was a huffer.
Yeah,
I was a huff in those markers.
What kept you young?
It's what kept me young. And
Destroyed your brain cells.
Yeah, I'm still 5 years old mentally.
Yeah, and parts of you physically.
Yeah,
but we won't get into that.
One small foot.
One tiny toe. Speaking of feet, what do you think of the socks?
Oh my God.
Socks, everyone.
And you can follow him on Feet Finder at Daniel Benjamin Carson.
I'm telling you, that's going to be a side project I jump into. But jumping into things, I feel like we haven't gotten an update on like Asher in a while. If any, like we've had quite a few podcasts, but we haven't really like touch base with you about the process.
Know that he's not real. He just turned 3 months. It was weird because last week he turned 12 weeks. And now I'm saying 3 months.
It's worse when you get to those times where they're like, they're like 43 months.
Yeah, he's like, oh, he's 17 weeks old. I'm like, how many? Like, what's 17 weeks? Carry the 3.
So he's 3 months.
He's 3 months.
Any milestone, 3 month milestones?
Dude, okay, so this was so weird, and Jess will attest to this. He like mimics us a lot. I don't know if this is like a normal baby thing or if I have a baby genius. So I said, I love you. And he, in his like little, he like mimicked it back to us. I'm like, I swear on my mom's life.
I think that's probably in line with that age group. Maybe not. I don't know. I don't remember.
It's crazy. And he's just babbling a lot. Like he sits on my lap and just babbles all day. He's out on a walk with Jess right now because it's 12 in the afternoon on a Friday.
And it's like 18 degrees outside.
Yeah, it's like chaos in my house. My cleaner's here. The dog's going mental. It's
and we're doing this.
And we're in the podcast room. But no, now he's in a sleep regression.
Ugh.
So he's waking up at like 3 a.m. every day.
Yeah.
Yesterday I was dead. And my day was slammed. I had to cancel my evening appointments. I was just like, I was up from 4 a.m. And just so 7 rolled around, I'm like, I'm just going to go to the gym now. Like, I'm getting my day started.
Yeah.
So that's kind of rough, but he's like smiling. He's laughing. His gummy smile is so funny.
Are you funny to him?
I'm hilarious. But you're not jumping right into it. No,
I'm not. I'm setting it up for the future.
Just the tip, see how it feels. Like,
just want to make sure you're ready for this water.
Freaking ready for
like
it.
A warm bath.
I was freaking doggy paddling along. Yeah, he's big. Just weighed him. He's like 16 pounds now.
She's weighing him herself. Like, is he not going to like doctor weigh-ins and stuff to make sure that he's like progressing?
She'll step on the scale and then hold him and then step off and all that fun stuff. Just tosses him aside, see how much he weighs. And that's the thing. Like, if you can throw a tree, you can throw a baby. And it's
I think many famous fathers have said that.
They have, yeah. It's actually it was my yearbook quote. He's freaking awesome though. I get so excited to come home and see him because he just like lights up and smiles when he sees me.
Yeah.
It's not
So he's
always gas.
recognizing
He
you.
He knows
Like
that
he gets excited for your existence.
I would, yeah. As a baby, I would too. I'm like the fun guy.
Okay, let's not
I am.
blow your like head up from your like. Don't get an ego because your baby likes you. Like your babies are supposed to like you.
Well,
They're supposed to.
listen, freaking Sunny was FaceTiming me on her baby
My
messenger
kid
app.
like my sonny.
And yeah, and she was just like, that guy Daniel, man.
Oh my god! Last night she got.
Oh, here we go.
She's like all backed up.
Wait.
Like she's like hasn't pooped in like a few days.
Oh man.
Which is like horrible for her because she like cries and her stomach hurts. And she's afraid.
Does she know that the poop's not coming? She's like,
She
where'd the
knows.
poop go?
She knows. And then she like I don't know. And then she threw up.
How do you? Well, that's par for course.
Yeah, no,
Of one
that's
of your
usually
kids.
Atlas. But she threw up, and I don't know, and it didn't seem like she was sick. It just seemed like that was her like natural, Carson's throw up, but her natural reaction to not being able to poop. She needed to get something out of her, and it was so annoying. Sorry, just to jump in, I pick her up from school. Her teacher tells me like, yeah, she's been struggling all day. She's been crying about it.
So like out loud, like I can't poop.
And so, yeah, like just going to the bathroom and crying. And then, which is what you did, but for other reasons in school.
Yeah.
And then she gets in my car. I drive her home. She's upset or whatever. She like walks in, sits on the couch, and throws up all over the couch.
Like a lot of puke?
Like a good amount.
Like a chunky poop? Chunky poop?
Like a light soup with some stuff in it.
Like a nice little wedding soup.
Yeah, a little wedding soup.
Love it.
A little Italian wedding soup.
Yeah.
That's what it looked like.
Nice.
And so I don't want to get mad, but I get a little mad in my mind because I'm like, we literally just like walked in. You could have walked to the bathroom. She's not like
She wanted to get comfortable.
Like she literally went right, like
I get
beeline to the couch, laid
Puked on the
down,
couch.
and just blah.
Like off to the side.
And I'm like, what? And Jamie isn't home, and so I'm like cleaning the couch. I don't know
She's
how
still in
fucking
her
clean the
sleep
couch.
study?
No, she's
like-
emerged.
It's like freaking
It's
Tom
like
Hanks
it's
in
like a bear thing. No,
Wilson.
no, she's emerged, but she wasn't home last night. She went out with some friends, so like I was dealing with all the kids, and she just threw up all over the couch. It was. I need to get rid of that.
I totally
couch.
had a South Park tangent that you didn't let me get into, so it's fine.
Go for it.
No, it was when Mr. Garrison poops out of his mouth. Do you remember that?
No.
He like reverse eats. He eats from his butt, and
Oh, yeah.
and then just the noise that
sound.
comes out. It's fantastic. So that's where our heads are
So
at,
yeah,
guys.
none of our kids did that.
So how was your week other than
So
Sunny
that
puking all over the
happened.
place?
I don't know. The week is just
You
so.
were packing cereals.
I was packing. That was like evening stuff. Like so. Speaking of tired, like yeah, it's like working during the day,
Working during the day.
working 9 to 11. Like that's what it
11
is.
PM.
And so yeah, I packed some cereal at nighttime.
Yeah, we got the band back
we
together
got the
for
band
an evening.
together. 17 years in the making.
That was crazy. It was the first time that I played those songs in so long.
Yeah,
And
it was
like nobody took the time to learn them beforehand.
which is crazy because like everybody was like pushing for this for a while. Like not us, but the rest of the guys.
I
Like
had
we want
no-
this to happen. We
I
want
had
this
no
to happen.
time. I had no time
To learn it or to actually do it.
to sit down and grab a guitar and like learn these songs again.
Yeah.
I had zero time. I wanted to do it.
Yeah, had they just like
mentally-
sent the root notes and like
Yeah, it
a
would've been
thing, you
fine.
could have just looked at them on site. But anyways, it
was fun.
Considering we haven't played in 17 years, I thought it was pretty fun, and we got to the upgrade stage, which was even better.
That was fun. Yeah,
That was
we were
so
on like a
sick.
massive stage. Yeah, that was it was good to play again. It was good to.
It was
My
fun.
fingers hurt. I was like, I'm so not
Everyone
used to this.
moved a little slower.
Yeah, the
Everybody
next day.
jumped a little less.
Yeah, the next day I was just like, I was toast.
Yeah.
And I go to the gym every day, and it's just like
It's just a different muscle memory, right?
Yeah.
Like certain muscils you will never use unless you're in that situation.
I just like I don't remember how I used to do that every single day, like on a tour.
You were young.
But it was maybe it's also because I didn't. I don't know how. Like I toured with some questionable people, and they were partying till like 4 a.m.
Yeah.
and like I would just be like just chilling to myself,
Watching your-
playing my Game Boy, watching this
DVDs that you brought with
of like
you.
the OC because the
Yeah.
OC was like popular.
or
That's-
like One Tree Hill or something.
no, let's not speak of One Tree Hill.
That's a great show.
Let's
but
never speak of One Tree Hill ever again. But yeah, no, it was definitely fun to get those guys back together. And
Yeah,
maybe
so
we'll
it's
do
been
it.
a crazy week.
It's been a very-
I don't know. Everything's going so quick, and it's so hard to like keep
Dude,
track
it's
of time
March.
because of this weather. Of like wake up and it's like -8, and then like an hour later it's like +14, and then at nighttime it drops to like -20.
I
Like
know,
it's so crazy, and it's hard to
Yeah, we live in Toronto.
Find a
I live in
fitting.
Toronto.
I live in Toronto.
You live in Richmond Hill.
It's great Toronto area, and I don't live in
It's
Richmond
the
Hill.
GTA.
Vaughan.
It's not a 5, mofos.
You grew up in
yeah.
the
The
city.
weather is just like it's beautiful though, and I cannot believe that it is March because like
Yeah.
it literally feels like I was back at
It feels like
Jess's
October,
grandparents.
like
It does.
like you leading up to the baby being born.
Also,
And-
like another weird thing, and I've talked to this about countless clients. It feels like 2020 was 2 years ago.
yes,
It does not. It does not feel
it feels we lost
4 years.
years.
2 years.
Yeah.
It feels like because I sold. Or let's get into some real estate stuff. My clients bought a house the day all of the sports got closed down for COVID. Like that was
Yeah, I know that was my worst day of my life.
yeah. Well, I
Not
just
that
got,
I like sports, but
love sports.
all my business is with sports.
Yeah.
and so I was in Florida, and I just see
everything
everything
NBA gets
canceled, and I just see emails coming in like everything's suspended, everything's on hold,
Yeah.
and I just see like the bank going like this,
just
slowly.
diminishing. And that's why he started a feed finder.
It was so
Please subscribe.
depressing, as I'm sure it was for everyone. But
Yeah.
you sell with
so
a
yeah,
client,
so I had Raptor tickets to go that night with Jess. The first time I used to have season tickets. It was like never went to a Raptors game with her, and we were gonna go, or maybe we went to one and we were gonna go to another. And my clients put an offer in a house. They buy it that night. Everything gets shut down. 2020. I go and I sell their house this week because they're buying a new house. And to me, like
seems like
thinking,
just
I was just like,
yesterday.
oh, like they did really well in 2 years.
Yeah.
I was like, oh wait, it was 4 years ago.
Yeah. And that's
2020
even
was
more
4 years ago.
It's even more evident when you have like kids that grew up in it. So we had Atlas during like the pandemic,
Yeah.
and
Is it-
Atlee was
what
like
do they call them? Pandemic babies?
pandemic babies.
Pandemies?
Pan babies.
Pan babies?
Pan babies. But so we had him during it in 2021.
Were you
and
allowed in the room? How were the rules then?
I was allowed in the room, so it was
But you just
relaxed.
opted not to be.
I just chose not to
Like,
go.
oh shit, this is where I parked my
Well,
car.
no, because I had 2 other kids, so it's funny. Funny is like the first 2, especially the first one's like exciting. Everyone's coming down. It's all big. Second one
Nobody
less.
cares.
And then for Atlas, her water broke, and I drove down with the kids, like the other kids, because we weren't prepared
Yeah.
in that sense for that day.
Sonny
at
must
least
have been young.
Sonny was like 3, or turning 3, and I drop Jamie off at the hospital, and then I leave and drive the kids to Jamie's mom's house, and she like walks in herself, and then I show up, and it was like a C-section like you, so it was very quick and very easy.
Yeah, my
for
C-section
her.
was really easy.
Yeah, so simple on us.
Yeah, I loved it.
Loved it. I would do 100 of them.
Yeah, every day, all day long.
all day long. And but again, like so Sonny and even Joey, but Sonny was like whatever, like 18 months or a year and a half or whatever it was when the pandemic started, and when it ended, she was like
17.
going to kindergarten, like an adult. Like so, it's so crazy how I feel like we actually lost. We lost so much time, but we
Yeah.
also gained a lot of time because we were stuck together. I don't want to make this a pandemic episode, but like every day, 7 days a week, I was with my family because I wasn't working. Jamie wasn't, like no one was working, and we were just home.
Oh, work, no play makes Daniel.
All play, no work.
All you did was play. Yeah, you
All we
started.
did-
Joey started a YouTube
The
channel.
YouTube channel,
You
we
were
made
doing-
a horror trailer movie.
No, but you also did that like food delivery thing with the food dudes.
we did some
that
virtual
was really cool.
stuff.
I got that for a bunch of my clients. It was actually really fucking cool.
It was fun, yeah. And we also hosted like 141 virtual Raptor and Leaf trivia games, kind of like
141.
Yeah,
on the
well,
dot.
'cause I know that because we
It's
do
like-
every home
that was
game.
very
We
specific.
do every home and away game for both teams, and that's just the number of games it is.
So you're saying
We
you
did
would,
over 140.
you would be a great Food Network host, is what you're saying?
I would be the best host for anything ever, always.
He'd be the best host about hosting.
I almost got a Food Network show. Oh no, not a show about food, but not
That was
on
the little
food.
kids. Anyways,
It's food still.
didn't Keystone beat you up for that?
He beat me out.
He did. Leap year babies happened last night.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Did you see the picture? They
With the frog hats.
The frog hats.
I love those frog hats.
So cute.
We should have worn frog hats, but they don't come in pink, so you would
I
have been
don't-
upset.
On the pink fog today.
You look like a whoopee cushion.
You look like a
Yeah.
emo ass piece of garbage.
There it is. I'm still in band mode.
Check out the white Vans.
No, they're like friggin' filthy Vans.
Yeah, I want to be comfortable for midday sessions. You know,
I actually just realized how bad I just screwed myself by wearing a hat because I have to go meet clients after this. So now I'm gonna have to like redo everything. It's just.
but you can just like it doesn't need to be perfect. Like you can take your hat off, put some fucking product, and mess it
Look
around
at
and go.
this thing.
Yeah, but just push down and up, and you're good.
like this.
That's
Like,
yeah.
just
Do
lay down
that.
here.
Oh, they posted that
Who wants to
photo.
buy some houses? So today we're pretty fun guys.
Well, I was gonna say not fun guys, but
what's
like
fun?
this
You go into it.
podcast.
Yeah, you go
no,
into it.
because
That's fine.
it's
No,
not
it's fine.
fun. It's funny, and we get we get some good comments that like because we touch on serious topics, we still try to keep it light and make it funny, and people think we're funny.
Wait a second. So about that, here's
Okay.
another fucking tangent. Yesterday, I come home and Jess was like, "Hey, can we like talk about the podcast for a second?"
Uh-oh.
I was like, "Oh, what did I like talk about your titties? Like, what's going on here?" And she's just like, "Why do you have to like make a joke every time someone's like going into something serious?" And I did realize that I did do that quite a few times with during Miro's episode.
That's your defense mechanism. You're not comfortable with serious conversations.
No, I'm very
unless-
comfortable with serious conversations. I blamed it on other stuff.
What stuff?
Just, I had like a special energy drink beforehand. But I feel like I can talk about serious things. Like, try
Yeah,
me,
not
talk about something
every-
serious.
So well, I was watching Curb yesterday, and the episode was
Richard Silver?
No, it was like an old season, and Isla Fisher was on it.
Okay.
And she's a professional crier, and she was telling a story about her mom who jumped onto the subway tracks to retrieve a fur coat, and she was hit by the subway. And it's really serious, so I'll just go with that story. My mom was hit by a subway.
It sucks.
And
Maybe she's
TTC
right.
Transit.
Maybe she's right.
But we're trying to be funny, and people now, it's funny. Like Joey is now getting older, and like the jokes I used to tell her or things I used to say used to like hit every time, and now
Yeah.
they're not. And so,
Does that lower your self confidence?
no, because I know I'm funny,
but to yourself.
and to other people, not my kids. And that's the thing, is that's where the whole idea of dad comedy, dad jokes came from, is that like, yeah, you might be telling funny stuff, but it's definitely not, your kids start to be embarrassed by the things you do. And so I'm starting to enter that. But before we talk about our like dad jokes and stuff like that, I was thinking like even further back, like our parents and generations before us, like did dad jokes exist? Did that phrase exist?
No, I don't think so. I think that's like a internet meme kind of thing.
It's like
but
a
like
newer
even like
thing.
watching old shows like Happy Days and
Yeah.
like all of that. What other old shows were there?
I mean, there's lots.
MASH.
MASH. It wasn't
Was MASH
a
a funny
comedy.
thing? It was
No,
about war.
it's lots
War's
of war.
funny.
Sometimes.
It's like, yeah, Vietnam. That was funny.
There you go again, making jokes about serious things.
Well, you got to find the humor and
Silver lining.
That's silver lining playbooks. Yeah, I don't think people were funny back then.
But like, so I was thinking, like my dad.
like the Great
I
Depression.
felt my dad was pretty funny. Like when I was a
All
kid.
I remember of your dad is just sitting in his room on his computer. Like permanent hand
he
on
wasn't
mouse
home.
position.
But I feel like my dad was one of the funnier dads. But most dads
Yeah.
weren't super funny.
But it was like a dry humor. I think
my dad
older
was like a
humor-
kid.
Your dad was a kid.
It was like he acts
Daniel
like a
was
kid.
raised by a kid.
My dad was a kid.
Yeah, this is awkward.
Was your dad funny at all?
No.
Because I remember him being always pretty serious.
my dad's pretty
but
serious.
he had dry humor.
But that's the thing. I think it's by not being funny, you're funny. Like there's a lot of types of humor.
It's
right?
true.
There's-
And if you go back even further, I was thinking about this as I was driving here. I need to act out driving just in case
Yeah,
you know
just
what
no
that
one
is.
knows what driving is.
And like you go,
Maybe they thought you were like driving golf
you
balls.
go a generation before that, and that humor, like those old people, like not when I don't know when they're young, but just all like offside, racist, like that type
Like
of humor
Jackie
was two
Childs?
generations ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, just like
Like
your
OG
like grandparents, like
Oh.
the grandfather was always like
Racist?
grandparents like either like making racist jokes or making like offside jokes,
Yeah.
or making like women. So it's like
Jokes
it
about
goes through
women's.
different phases. But I feel like now dad jokes are a lot more. What we consider dad jokes are just a lot more cheesy. Like they're supposed to be like purposely cheesy, no?
Yeah. Who do you think were some of the funny dads of our generation?
On TV or just in general?
I would say on TV. Because they won't know in
All of
general.
it.
Oh yeah, our friend Jason,
Billy's
his dad.
dad. He was funny.
That guy was a hoot.
I don't know. Every
Who do you think was the top funny dad of our generation
from the sitcoms?
from the sitcom era?
So it's a little bit later. Who would I say? I don't know. Like obviously, like Danny Tanner is the king of
he wasn't-
dad jokes.
But he wasn't really funny.
It wasn't. I mean, the show was comedic,
yeah.
but
So maybe
I don't
those
know.
dads weren't funny
And then
then.
you have people like Al Bundy, which we mentioned, which is more like offside comedy. So that's what I was going for.
Al was pretty funny.
But what other like parents?
I think
were
Phil
there?
Dunphy, but he's not.
But
he's
that's not
past
our generation.
Yeah.
I'm thinking like when we were like,
Phil's freaking hilarious.
yeah,
He's a good guy.
he's good.
He's good. Yeah.
And
don't
then I
think
liked what's his name, like, but he wasn't a dad.
But it was
until
kinda
later.
funny
King of
that-
Queens.
Oh yeah, that was good.
He's funny, but that's later, and
Yeah.
he also isn't
George
a dad.
Costanza's dad,
Amazing.
hilarious.
in both King of Queens
That's
and
what I'm
in
saying.
Seinfeld.
Like
Yeah,
he's just like, who's dad? Oh, he's Ben Stiller's dad.
Ben Stiller, he passed away.
So he was a funny dad.
Yeah, he was
Ben
hilarious.
Stiller had a funny dad. Maybe if we had funny dads, we'd be Ben Stiller.
But my dad was funny, which is
You're
why
not-
I'm so funny to my
You kind
kids.
of look
and-
like Ben Stiller. You probably get that.
do I?
I think
I used to get like Toby Maguire.
Oh, we can't. Have you guys watched Love Is Blind? Should we be saying who we?
Oh yeah, but we're on YouTube, so we're not trying to like surprise people. But yeah, Love Is Blind.
Wow, you're caught up.
I'm caught up. Talk about like cheesy stuff. It's
Dude,
just
I'm
so
like-
cringy sometimes.
We're so into that, and we also got into 90 Day Fiance. I don't know
Yeah.
if you watched that. That is like, it's a train wreck that just keeps giving.
I don't watch because I don't think I get it on anything. Like you have like
I
illegal
have,
channels
like,
and stuff.
everything. Yeah.
Illegal channels.
No, it's not illegal. I have a US
Bloop,
iTunes
bloop,
account.
bloop, bloop,
I pay
bloop.
for it all actually.
Okay, well,
So
whatever.
funny dads. Yeah, I think it's important to rub your humor off on your kid, because I'm assuming like Joey was the first to get into the arts
She
and
was.
to be the funny person.
Oh, I gotta tell
Did
you a
you
story
ever
about
see?
that.
Did you ever like notice that? Hey, like that's my bit, and you get offended.
By my
and then you try
kids.
to
No, but
sabotage
what
her?
I do see, honestly, so like me and Jamie are 24 hours a day, like making jokes and saying, trying to say funny things, like all
To
the
each
time.
other, or just
to each
like-
other in front of our kids. Like we're always just like we just call them funny nicknames and
Okay.
do funny things.
What's
and
a funny nickname?
like to us, like we call when we call all our children down.
Stink face?
No, we say like children of the corn, come on down.
Do they
like
get it?
they don't know. I mean, I explained it to her once, but they don't get it.
Does Jamie
But
actually
anyways,
get it though?
She gets it. Yeah,
She knows the movies.
Yep.
Okay.
And or like I'll call Joey like Joseph Scalabrini.
Okay.
I'll call
Joseph
Sunbum.
Scalabrini.
Yeah, because like Bishop Scalabrini.
Oh, okay,
like
yeah.
I don't know,
Our
like
arch nemesis is-
We just say like, anyways, we say random
Josepha.
fucked up shit that doesn't make any sense, and so
Okay.
like these jokes that we have in our family have become like its own dictionary in our family, so we can say things, and like my kids will say the same random words or they'll say the same random phrases, and so like now it's an inside joke within our whole family, where me and Jamie used to have this inside joke probably between us even before the kids were around.
Was it you
So
and
we've
Jamie had a
adopted-
fake language, or you and your
me and
sister?
me and Lisa had a fake language.
Yeah, it was freaking weird.
It was weird, and like
That was very
occasionally we still message each other like on birthdays with that language.
That's also awkward. She's your ex-girlfriend.
Yeah, but she's not like Love Is Blind, so she doesn't get angry. Jamie doesn't get angry.
I could not believe. I can't believe.
I was gone for an hour.
That was so unhinged. Do you guys like, if you're watching Love Is Blind,
Please
like,
tell us
like
who you
comments.
like, who you hate.
And now
I
they're
can't
doing-
wait till next Wednesday.
They're doing the podcast circuit right now. Jessica's on like Nick Vile's podcast.
I like Jess.
Nick Vile, your new dad. If you want to come on the show,
Join us.
join us. Congrats on the baby girl. But
But do you see yourself being like a funny family?
we are
Like a funny
family.
dad?
Jess is like low key hilarious without ever
Yeah,
even
she's
realizing it.
dry.
She's
Funny.
got a dry humor too. She's also a lawyer. She's got that lawyer humor.
I don't think that goes hand in hand.
does.
That's like saying accounting humor.
Accountants are freaking hilarious.
The numbers.
The only thing that's funny is you owe CRA so much money.
Yes, and fuck. I hate that.
Yeah, I think so. Because I'm just like a funny guy. At least I think I'm funny. I think I would do. I'm very quick on my feet.
Yeah.
It's the improv training that I guess
You're
I-
also like a quick, but like you have like bursts of thoughts, right? So what I've noticed on this
The
podcast
ADHD.
is that like I'll say something that includes a word, and then you'll just say that word that's connected to another word, but it has nothing to do with the actual topic.
That's right.
So it's happened today. Like I just said, you're like, it's like. It's like, yeah, there's so many people outside. You're like, yeah, people's champion. I'm like, what? What does that even? That's
The Rock,
like,
dude.
You make connections.
I do.
That where there are connections, like your synapses are just firing all the time. So
Yeah.
you think you'll be funny, but but I think that like as you get older, much like Joey's starting to enter, like your kids will probably start to find like, Dad, stop.
I don't know. I think Asher's gonna. I think it's different when you
practical
got one
jokes and
kid. We're
things.
gonna be best friends. We already are. So like, I think he's gonna think I'm like the funniest guy. He's gonna be like, oh, he's better than Nick Cage.
You just see things and say it.
I do.
He's
I
better
just,
than Sign.
I think my crowd work would be amazing. I should get into stand up. I really should.
Go for it.
I would be canceled.
Next
so quick.
episode,
Where's
you'll,
Paul's stand-up routine.
yeah, just-
What's the deal with Rocket Socket Robots?
Just saying that. What's the deal with 3 cameras?
I do find it funny, and another fucking tangent just because I looked up Bob Saget. Sometimes when we're editing the clips,
Yeah.
it thinks that Bob Saget, it like zooms in on his face because
And we don't change it.
And like I just think it's funny because like maybe he's here, maybe
He's
Bob,
with
are you
us.
here? Because Bob Saget stand up.
Speaking
if
of
you think
funny.
of a funny dad, he was nothing.
Nothing like his character.
Nothing like his character. Like to
Which
this
is a
day,
testament to his acting skills, really.
which is I find I love that when you have like a serious actor and then you see him in a comedic role and he's hilarious.
Can you name me one actor that applies to that? I think like I have my one that I think is like, or a couple that are actually like the best at that.
I think Matt Damon is like Matt Damon in Entourage. Do you remember that?
But it's a side character. So try to think of like, I remember his name. I was just going to look it up. Try to think of a character who's mostly known for serious, but then had a main role. Like Matt Damon shows up in like, Euro Trip and Entourage as his funny.
Euro Trip?
Yeah, he was Scotty Doesn't Know. He's the singer.
Oh, yeah. Hilarious. But he was barely in that. But like,
he's funny.
Entourage when he's like with the kids.
Yeah,
he's like, think about the kids.
Yeah. But that's like over like 1 or 2 episodes.
Oh, I freaking love that.
But so is there a serious actor that you've seen enter the comedy world and just crush it?
I want to say John Cena, but...
Oh, I thought you were going to say someone else that I was thinking of.
Who are you thinking of?
John C. Reilly.
John C. Reilly, but I see him more as a comedic actor.
No, he was a very serious actor. And
really?
He was a very serious actor.
But like freaking Talladega Nights?
Before that, he was serious. And yeah, before all that, Step Brothers, before he was serious. What's his name too from Dumb and Dumber? What's his name? He was a very serious actor.
Yeah, Jeff Daniels.
Jeff Daniels.
Yeah.
And that was a big stretch for him too.
Yeah, that was freaking. Because I think the majority of my personality is movie quotes, which I like stand by. And
on the flip side, comedic actors who go serious, like Adam Sandler and his new movie, like
Rain Over Me is still. I think we actually saw that in theaters together.
Yeah,
that was a phenomenal freaking.
Most of his serious movies are fantastic.
Punch Drunk Love I didn't love, and like for me, I don't like Jim Carrey in serious roles.
Really?
I don't. I just don't. I don't feel. It
I mean, he hasn't been in as many. I mean, like I like his cross ones the best. Like Truman Show is like serious and funny, right? Like it's kind of both.
But like he truly believes that's actually happening, like right now.
In real life? I know.
Yeah, he's like he's off the rails.
But maybe he's
actually right, which is gonna be crazy. So I do think like kids might be at a disservice because like I feel like the comedy that we grew up with. We grew up in the golden age of comedy. We did. Or especially
the 80s,
but even still like now with stand-up, like Shane Gillies is phenomenal, like Theo Vaughn, like all of like the Bert Kreischers, like all of those people, like I love them all, like they all have podcasts, I watch them all, but they're not for kids. I feel like when we were like, when did like Happy Gilmore come out, or like like Billy Madison, we were 14 years old
around there.
I'd like kids
comedy have to be so safe these days,
and that's a big problem. Like is there even like is anyone going to be funny, because everyone's going to be so worried?
People find their ways, right? They move, and it's also a pendulum. Like again, when things become, think of like the 50s to the 60s even, right? Like the 50s, everyone was like very proper according to history books, very proper and whatever, and then the 60s is more like free love, free this. So like as soon as it swings one way, it starts to swing back the other way. So I don't think any of that is dead.
But I don't think it's going to go back to what it was.
It might.
Like, dude, man, like think of like
certain words and language.
Think of like Chappelle's show, or like in Living Color, Mad TV.
It'll just be different.
It's just like things that
could be as offensive.
We used to laugh at, which a lot of the stuff we shouldn't have laughed at. That just can't. It's just not going to fly anymore.
But I tell, for sure. And but again, maybe it's going to change. Maybe it'll be different. Maybe it'll be a new type of comedy we never even heard about.
Future comedy.
But like when it comes to like jokes with like my family and like those types of humor, like I try to walk the line. Sometimes I make jokes at like whatever. Like my nephew. Are you worried they're
going to repeat stuff?
No, I don't think so. But and for the ones that I am worried, so like my nephew, I tell him like dirty jokes all the time, because if you repeat something, like that's on my sister, I don't care, like that's not my problem. But like my kids, I try to keep a little bit more. Can you
like give one right now? What was a dirty joke that you
I told them a funny joke about I'm not gonna say the whole thing, it's pretty long, but it was basically about like a guy that asked a genie so he can pee vodka, because he was a Russian guy, he wanted vodka. He's like 9.
Does he know what vodka is?
Yeah. Oh, dude, he's so, and that goes back to like what we spoke about before. He's so exposed to anything, everything, because of the way the world is now. He knows everything about everything that he should and shouldn't know.
Really?
Oh my god, dude!
Why you seem like you're actually like a little like disturbed about it?
I am.
Is this Dory's fault? Like
no, it's just like you have access to phones. You have 9 and 10-year-old boys around you. Like,
I would love to see his search history. I think that'd be like, kids' search history should be like a great thing to react to.
It's not even just search history. It's also like transactions. He once like went on their phone.
Transactions?
Yeah, he once went on their phone, was playing a game, and bought like $5,000 worth of games.
I
Just
hear that shit happens all the
download.
time on like Roblox. Is it Roblox?
That wasn't on Roblox. He basically, but yes, it happens on Roblox. It can happen anywhere, right? But he just basically bought a game that he didn't see download like a ton of times from like some
So-
sort of digital store. I don't know.
Whose fault is that though?
It's, I don't know, like it's
It's your sister's
parents and the app. Like it shouldn't be, I don't know. I honestly don't know how he bought it. Like if he started to enter passwords and stuff, then it's the parents' fault. But
Yeah.
if he was able to like get
Just
through
do it.
firewalls and just order with it, no stopping.
Your kid's like a hacker.
But they got it all back, obviously.
They
Like
did?
yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah, because like they clearly saw like the game purchase like 50 times in a row.
Did they get to keep the game?
It's a question for another podcast.
'Cause,
I
like,
don't know.
I'm thinking
know.
I'm thinking of a business idea here.
Oh,
Gonna
just buy them a million times and then return
Yeah.
until you can keep
Steve
one.
Jobs, you're gonna be rolling in that grave of yours after I rob you blind.
I think he'll be all right.
So you tell the dirty jokes to the kids.
Yeah.
You hope that he says it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's like entertaining for us.
It's totally funny for us. Get a phone call home, you laugh at it.
I feel like kids are unintentionally funny though. Like
Yeah, most are.
the stuff that I've seen from your kids,
Especially
don't
when
know.
they're really young. Like Atlas is so unintentionally funny, or maybe even intentionally. I think he's like aware of it.
Yeah.
And then they get to an age where like they're trying to be funny and it's just annoying, right? Like so Joey is funny, but sometimes she'll just be obnoxious because she's aware of her trying to be funny because she's 8 she's 8. And so it can be,
I'm
annoying.
feeling like she's like 12.
She acts old. But she got a, speaking of Joey and speaking of our lives and our family, she got asked to film something with no audition. She was reached out
really?
by a casting director.
That's sick.
Yeah, it's like the first time, like no audition, short movie,
Like independent film or
independent, yeah.
Okay.
And like she filmed one movie and with a co-actress who's older.
Okay.
And she also, because I guess as a working actress, you have other jobs in
Yeah.
the industry, right? You have to do a lot of things. So she also works
recommended her?
she works for a casting agency. And so she's like, I have the perfect girl. I worked with her on this and I'd love for her to do it.
That's how it starts.
Yeah, I guess so. I didn't know
That's-
it would ever happen like that.
That's
But
really exciting.
so that'll be fun.
Is she allowed to do independent stuff? Is she with ACTRA?
It's through Actra.
Oh, sick. Okay.
Yeah, just an
That's awesome.
independent movie.
That's awesome. When's that film?
April. 3 days.
Here
It's a
or
3-day
what?
thing here.
Nice.
Easy.
In and out.
In and out.
Pretty fucking.
It almost was supposed to happen in March when we were going away to Florida. So we were going to delay our trip. It was only going to overlap like 2 days, and we were driving, so we can leave whenever
Is it
we want.
is it a comedic role?
No, it's like
She's
a very
only done
serious
serious
movie.
stuff,
It's a
hasn't she?
serious movie.
Is it
Yeah, it looks like it's a short film.
like 30 seconds?
It's like
Nicole,
8 seconds.
my dog got hit by a
It's
car.
like very introspective. It's like just zooming into her eyeball and then just like seeing the future.
Like actually,
No.
because maybe it could tell us what the future of comedy is going to be like.
Exactly. Do you think that
Are you going to ask me if I think Asher's going to be funny?
you think your kid's gonna be funny?
I'm like, yeah, the way that he just like farts. And
No, but sometimes
shits
you
his
can feel
pants.
like even when they're so
No, he's got a
young,
personality.
they have like a quickness to their react, even if it's just facial. Like when they comprehend things, then you kind of feel like their comedic timing is there a little bit. I don't know. I think 3 months might be a little bit
He
early.
needs to be a little more cooked.
We should put him on the couch, like put like a full like
he's holding his head up now.
Yeah, and so
it's-
we'll dress him up like a little Seinfeld, and we'll
look
just
a little
like
comedian. Yeah, I think like humor is important though, especially like
you gotta have it.
the world is a really depressing place. So it's kind of nice to have that humor, but with kids, like what if it just goes a little too far? Like I'm always worried about because I am around kids a lot. I don't want to say unfortunately, I'm around kids a lot. A lot of my clients have kids.
Yeah, and they bring them often.
And like now when I've started noticing like after the third appointment and they're in the car, they're like, hey, we got kids in the car.
You're annoyed with it?
It's not that I'm annoyed. I just like, I have to censor myself around
got
children.
it. Yeah.
And like, I think I'm funny, but I don't think I'm funny for a
Kid funny.
5-year-old.
Yeah, and it's also once you have your own kids, like your patience for those other kids might drop a bit. It's like, your kid's cute, but my kid's cuter. Like you
Yeah.
start to think of that in your mind.
Oh yeah. Like I already think that. I think Asher's like the cutest baby of all
I
time.
would say that he's very cute.
He's a very cute,
like
he's a very
I'd
cute
be
baby.
honest with you and say like, yeah, because like even my niece, like Dory's daughter as a baby, not a cute baby.
I'm clipping this.
Not a cute baby. So if your kid was like because sometimes babies are ugly and they can turn out to be whatever, but like your baby's very, very cute.
Yeah, Asher's cute.
He's very
I
like
think
baby looking.
he is. Yeah, he looks like a Rugrats doll.
Yeah, like a typical standard
What are
baby.
some like funny kid shows that they're watching? And like, are you watching being like, this isn't like, you don't even move.
Bluey is very funny.
I don't find Bluey's the
It's
cartoon dog.
Yes, cartoon dogs.
So
like Bluey and Bingo.
So apparently dogs can see Bluey.
You said that once before.
So I watched one episode.
It's pretty funny.
Didn't
Like they
do it
say,
for me.
but it's for kids. But they do say like adult jokes in it that go over kids' heads.
Like Disney type stuff.
No,
that's
not
a
like
little
sexual
creepy.
or whatever, but just like funny one-liners that I laugh out loud to when I hear them.
Yeah.
So I think it's pretty funny. But my kids again, Joey likes YouTube shows, like YouTube channels.
Yeah.
And then so Sonny ends up watching that too because Joey controls the remote.
And they're like funny stuff. Like
Not to me, like the YouTube shit I find
I tried
not
watching
funny.
Miss Rachel, and I want to like
That's
literally,
not funny.
I want to smash my face against the wall.
Yeah, she doesn't watch that. Like Joey watches like Salish Matters and
What?
all these different
Man, you just keep like. I think you're just like making this shit up now.
just Google it.
Salish matters.
Yeah, I don't know,
Oh, the
man. You would know them. There's like
Cooper-Doos.
millions of followers, and they do like challenges,
Why don't we-
and they do games,
This
and
kind
they
of like
do
makes me
this.
feel bad for ourselves because
Yeah,
like
we were
our
born
content.
too late.
No, because our content is so much better than a lot of people.
Different audience.
And, like,
Listen, there's
so
like what's his name said.
Maybe we're doing it wrong.
a few episodes ago. Like there's like just like Russian people
Oh, yeah,
dressing things
Phil.
up as dog. Phil said it's Russian, like it's humongous. So it's just like you
Listen,
never know what's gonna hit.
I find Putin pretty funny, so I get it.
He is funny.
Like him riding a bear topless. Was that
with-
real?
I think that was a painting with like guns in his hand or something.
I think that's my shower curtain.
You should
No,
get
it's
that.
it's a cat with guns riding like a pickle or something. I don't
Yeah,
know.
you got to get rid of that.
Oh, it's a
as
unicorn.
your kid gets older.
Why?
Holding a gun.
Guns are funny.
That's funny.
Guns are funny.
Like, is it talking guns?
Yeah, that's
Okay,
that's
that's
our new
funny.
show. It's bangerific. What were some of your favorite like funny shows as a kid? Let's talk like the cartoon ages.
My favorite funny shows as a kid.
Animaniacs. Remember that?
Oh, I loved
That was
Animaniacs.
good. Yeah, you were always a big Simpsons fan. I guess we were
loved
kids when the Simpsons were out. weren't
Yeah.
they?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
I loved
Alf. Was
I
he a
didn't
cartoon?
really watch Alf that
No?
much.
Alf was great. He used to eat cats.
Yeah, I didn't.
See, like
I never
that's the
got into
thing. They
Alf.
wouldn't do that because like cat
No,
activists,
cat activists would be against
all
that.
over it.
Most
Ninja
shows.
Turtles?
Ninja Turtles. I watched a lot.
But that
Transformers.
wouldn't be allowed anyways. Oh,
G.I.
chemical
Joe.
warfare on turtles can't do that anymore.
Treat the robots fair.
Yeah, like robots have rights.
Yeah,
Right?
and then the rats and
Rats.
yeah, Master Splinter.
Oh, I thought that was a new show.
No, staying on that old show. I don't know. Like, I don't even remember what I watched. It's so funny. It's all such a blur to me. Like,
Yeah,
until something reminds me of it, it's hard to recall
But-
what I did.
What I was getting at was going back. Even that humor wasn't kid friendly,
Yeah,
and it's just like it's just such a weird time because I find kids aren't going to be funny.
I just think
I don't think
that-
kids are going to be funny.
No, kids are funny. Again, there's always humor adjusts to the time and decade that you're in. And so what will be funny for them may not be funny for us. It's like music, right? Like, oh, it's not great music. What we listen to is great music.
But
And then
that's
your parents
no-
are before that. So
It's different though, because like people are so sensitive. I feel in like, let's say Asher today, 20 years from now, stand-up comedy is going to be completely different.
well, it will be different.
It's just going to be like speeches.
but it could be worse. Like in regards to, crossing lines and like, again, there could be, whenever there's a push one way, there's a revolt the other side. And so like the world could change
Well, I guess,
in
yeah.
different ways, right?
Like
So-
Shane Gillies, I don't know if you saw him on SNL last weekend, but
Yeah, I didn't see it. I've seen clips.
have you seen his like comedy
Yeah,
stuff?
yeah, I've watched all stand-up
So
stuff.
like, he's
He walks the line pretty well.
he was stepping over the line.
Yeah.
Like his uncle and his cousin, they're both special needs. They both have Down syndrome.
Yeah, he does a lot of that
So
stuff.
he was, which is hilarious.
Yeah.
But like he was dropping like R bombs and stuff on SNL.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah, and there were
But it's all about the delivery and it's all about the context. So he's able to say things that are offside without it being super offensive because he says it in a way that works for the joke. At the end of the day, what Seinfeld said, it's like funny is funny, right?
Yeah, true.
You can say something
True.
that's offside and it can be completely like, what the hell? Or it can be really, really funny. And you can say a joke that's not offside at all and it could be so funny or not funny,
Yeah.
which is why I told you to prepare today, like some good dad jokes so we can see. We don't need to do it right now.
Okay.
We got time, but
I was like, well, segue.
I'm bringing it up because if we feel this is the moment, we can do it. But we'll see if these like simple non-naughty jokes,
Asher's
these non-naughty
crying
jokes, is he?
upstairs.
I can't even hear him.
I hear him. Yeah, they just
So we
get
should talk
home.
quieter. These non-naughty jokes, can we see if they're funny?
Non-naughty jokes. Have your
And
kids
if you
ever?
laugh, you lose.
Has something ever come out of your kid's mouth where you're just like, whoa, like,
Oh, I
don't say
laugh.
that. Don't say that in public.
No, but I will tell you. You want me to tell you a story?
I want to freaking story time. Oh, that's Bert Kreischer. Sorry, Bert. It's pretty
This
good.
is good.
Celsius, sponsor of the podcast. You're in Canada now.
I like the can.
You like
Nice
the can? Well, have
It's
you
a
not
nice looking
seen it?
can.
It's why, like on Theo Vaughn's podcast, they're all over the place.
I don't know.
Good. I like stuffing
I
cans.
don't watch things.
Yes, you do.
I don't
I love
watch
how I don't watch
modern-
anything. I just binge watch
I'm just
14
gonna
episodes
lay
of Love
back a
Is
little
Blind.
further. I'm like sinking into this chair.
I want to get new chairs.
All right, so here's a story. Yeah, get us some new
What
chairs.
are you
please.
doing? Yeah,
I'm
just
just
make
trying to
yourself.
get
You want
more-
to get an
this
air
is like
mattress up for
daytime.
you?
This is daytime,
So why
Daniel.
you take naps during the daytime?
I try to around 3:00. I try to lie down for like a half hour. Because I start work early. Like I start working at like 8:15. So at 3:15, I go up to my bed. I lie down for like 30 minutes before I get my kids.
I can't nap. Can't
I
do
don't.
it.
I don't usually nap. I just like lie there and like reset for evening program.
What's going to come?
Yeah, like my kids are going to come home. It's be a whirlwind. It's like super important to me. But going back to the story, kids saying things like my kids saying things that are like, whoa, you can't say that. Here's a story
Can't
that
say that on television.
You can't do that on television. That won't exist right now.
Nope.
Great show.
Great
Fuck,
show.
That was a good show.
Yeah.
So we got Joey got in a situation at school where, and I know Joey, and I'm not the kind of parent that's like, my kid would never do that.
I hope you know Joey.
No, but like I know her very well. Obviously, it goes without saying, but I know the kind of person she is, right? And what happened is like would be very out of character for her and out of her scope of understanding.
Okay.
And so she got into a little bit of like an argument with some kids or something, or a kid, and this kid accused her of calling him. He's a, I don't know how to say it, but he's like a kid of color.
Okay. KIC. KOC.
Yeah, he's a visible minority.
Okay.
And he thought that she called him like a disgusting brown,
Wow.
right? And so Joey was like, she got called to the office, and she's like, she's 8. She's like, I don't even know what you're talking. Like, I don't understand what you're saying to me. I don't even know what that means. Like in other words, she doesn't even really at this point understand that there's different races. You know what I mean? Like she's not even like, she's not there yet.
Yeah,
like to
I feel
see
you.
that, like,
Yeah.
because especially at her school, it's like, so like there's such a diverse
a melting
group
pot.
of people
It's a melting
that
pot of
like,
people.
anyone could be anything at any point. So
And
she
listen,
didn't understand it.
You can be anything you want.
You can be whatever you want.
Whatever you want.
Do, 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 do.
You can be a whoopee cushion.
Melting into the seat.
Yeah.
And so like, Jamie spoke to them, and they're like, this is what happened. And Jamie's like, first of all, A, Joey doesn't even understand what that means.
So what? Yeah.
And B, even if she did, she would never ever say it because she is a kind of kid who is so empathetic. So in other words, like she, in one of her other classes, her art class, her teacher, like one of the teachers brings in like the community class, which has children with additional needs. And there's a girl in there with like Down syndrome.
Yep.
And Joey runs to her, treats her like her best friend, rightfully so.
Yeah.
And just loves her. And like when we went to the parent teacher meeting, she's like, the teacher told us like, Joey is the most empathetic, sweetest person. She always makes sure that everyone's included. So in other words, this is very outsider behavior. And we're like, we got to
get to the bottom of
get
this.
to the bottom of this
Dick
and
Tracy
remove this
on the
conversation
case.
because they keep track of this, right?
They took notes.
They take notes.
There's a note.
They name names.
She's got a file.
She's got a file.
I probably
And
had a
so
thick,
we
I had a
said,
thick file.
so we said like this needs to be removed from the file. This conversation needs to be taken off because she is not this person that you're saying it is, and we have no idea. Like nobody witnessed this.
There's no witnesses.
No witnesses.
Hearsay. He said. She said.
He said. She said. Right. And so I don't get it. It's just
I thought this was
it's
a
tough.
funny story.
No, it's not. But you were saying like,
It's like-
no, but you were saying
Well, like,
your
where's-
kids ever say
Dude,
anything that made you go wow?
I was waiting for a punchline.
And the
Legit.
punchline
I was on
is she was looking in the mirror the whole time and she couldn't really see herself,
What?
her real self. I don't know, man. This is 1:30 in the afternoon, Daniel. Like that's the story you get in regards to them saying
So
something.
what happened? Don't leave
going
us on a cliffhanger. Did she get it
I-
a sponge? A sponge?
It's not
the
has
record?
not been resolved yet.
Are you gonna break into the? You're gonna do a heist. You're gonna break in, steal the file.
like going across the brick. You remember we used to climb our school in elementary school, like climb on
that
top
was
of the
you.
roof and stuff?
No.
I did that all the time with like Jeremy.
Do I look
And
like,
here's Jeremy back for another podcast. We always have to mention him.
who probably thinks his kids are the funniest kids ever, but
That's also a horrible thing. Is like parents who think their kids are funny or
parents
like whatever. And
always
just, like,
think their kids are the best. And like I've like met some of your kids and they suck.
some kids suck.
They do.
Doesn't mean they won't grow up to be great people, but some kids are just obnoxious.
Yeah.
Sometimes my kids are obnoxious, and I'm like, that's not funny.
Like-
and I'll say that. I'm like, Joe, that's not funny.
Like what? Like
It's not a
what
funny
is-
joke.
what
I
does
don't
she
know an
think is
exact
funny?
example. Like it'll be something
Does
like
she,
just.
is she like what's her style of funny? Does she do like voices? Does she do like
She doesn't do
little bits?
voices, but she does
does
say
bits.
her funny thing is she does like uses like words that are beyond her years, like very big words in the proper like
Like what? She's trying
sentence.
to be smart or she's trying to be funny.
funny. She'll use like a funny
She thinks
word.
big words are funny.
No, but she'll use a funny word in a funny situation. I don't know. She's funny. Sunny's the funniest out of
Well,
them all.
Sunny's unintentionally funny. She's possessed
But she's
by the
just
devil.
like good timing. She'll just be like,
We
say
all know
something or
that
do
Sunny's
something.
your favorite. Like it's
I have no favorites.
who do you hate this week?
Mostly Jamie.
Wow.
No, I'm just joking.
Why? What did Jamie do?
No, she's great.
How was her sleep study? What did they find?
I
in
don't
hers?
know. I don't even know if they got the results.
She has night terrors. Night
I can't
terrors.
keep track of her medical things.
Snakes.
It's pretty much that.
Medical things.
I told her if she gets a CPAP, I'm leaving her.
That's
I'm like,
horrible. Sleeping
it's
next to Darth Vader.
You're just a fucking machine.
She's like with a pillow.
I'm
She's
like,
stop.
just so I said no to that.
Well, it's because you have all your kids in your bed.
Just one kid
Where's the dog sleep?
downstairs in the dog bed.
Dog bed. Does Sunny sleep in the dog bed ever?
No,
Who's in the bed with you? Atlas?
Atlas.
Okay.
He's so cute.
But like
I
that's
love
got to
him,
be.
man.
I don't know if Asher's been coming in the bed.
Yeah, it's great.
It's like at like 5 a.m.
You'll never have these moments back. So it's
That's
all
what Jess
like,
keeps saying.
right? Like it's like you're gonna wish those days.
Well,
That's why when my kids call me into like their room at night, I always kind of go and cuddle with them because like there's gonna be a time when they don't call you in the room anymore.
That's when you build the DeLorean and you go back in time.
Oops.
Oh, this podcast is going real well today.
Okay, you want to do some dad jokes?
Let's do some dad jokes. Where are we
So-
at on the time?
We're like 46 minutes in,
This is the
47 minutes.
quickest.
It's not quick. We're not over. We don't need to end with dad jokes, man. Don't stress it.
I'm stressing.
So here's the game that I proposed to
I
you.
have so many. Why are you making me look at my phone?
Just let me explain the audience who's listening the game, and we will get to it. So the game is this. You might have seen versions of this on the interwebs. Dad jokes, as we mentioned, could be funny, could be awful. Most often they're not. They're cheesy and not offside in any way. That's most dad jokes. And so we're going to play a game where we're going to go rapid fire back and forth.
Okay.
Straight face
trying
as
to
you say the joke and as you receive the joke. And whoever laughs more, I'll do a counting ticker on the edit if I have the ability. You lost them all?
No, I totally had a Zoom call. Fuck.
Is that a dad joke or is that real?
No, that's me gonna get
Oh, sorry.
in a lot of shit.
The internet was down.
Oh yeah, sorry.
The internet.
Someone
went down.
picked up the phone and cut my connection.
Whoever laughs more.
Oh, I didn't listen to
Loses.
a word you're saying, so we're doing.
I explained it more to the
if
audience.
you laugh, you lose. That's a PewDiePie thing.
Not instantly lose, but
Yeah.
we'll have a live ticker. Whoever laughs more. So straight face when saying the joke, straight face when receiving the joke.
How many jokes are we doing?
I don't know. Let's keep going until we stop. I have like 75.
You got 70.
I won't do them all, obviously.
Sorry, guys. It's gonna be a 4-hour episode. Are
Okay.
we looking at each other? Are we looking
We
at
got
the
to look at
cameras?
each other.
I think it'd be funny if we look in the cameras.
No, because that's how we make each other laugh.
I don't like looking at you.
You need to look right in my eyes.
No, it's scaring me.
Okay, go.
You go first.
Okay.
All right.
Why couldn't the bicycle stand up by itself?
Why?
It was too tired.
Oh, okay, two tires. Yeah, that's great.
Did you laugh? Was that a
No,
laugh?
I actually
Okay.
feel sorry for you. What's ET short for?
What?
He's only got little legs. Boom.
That was funny. Okay, 1 point for you. Okay, that was a good one. What's
I just read one and fucking laughed.
does
in my
that
head.
count?
It's a negative point. It's like shooting on your own goal.
How does a penguin build its house?
I'm already laughing at my own joke in my head.
Too bad. I'm taking it.
Oh, I gotta center myself. Hold on.
How does a penguin build its house?
How?
It glues it together.
Yeah, no, that's not funny.
Fuck. Come on.
Two cannibals are eating a clown. One says to the other, Does this one taste funny to you? That's pretty fucking funny.
I'm not laughing.
Yeah, that was pretty fucking funny.
I've just written a song. Ugh, fuck. Here we go.
Yep.
I've just written a song about tortillas. Actually, it's more of a rap.
That's
1-1.
That's good. All right. Did you hear about the kidnapping at school?
No,
It's okay. He woke up.
that was good, but I'm not gonna laugh. That was good.
It's all about timing. Because I feel like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
What do you call a fake noodle?
I don't know.
An impasta.
Pasta.
That counts.
That does.
2-1.
2-1.
Oh, this is a good one. Go for it.
Have you ever tried to eat a clock?
No,
It's very time consuming.
that's good.
That was like a 6 out of 10.
I held
I'm
on.
emptying it up. I got some secret sauce in here.
Why did the tomato turn red?
Why?
Because it saw the salad dressing.
No, that's not
Close. Salad dressing.
good.
You get it?
Yeah, I got it.
Okay.
All right. So my wife asked me to spoon in bed, but I'd rather fork.
See, that's crossing the line. Is that a dad joke?
It's a dad joke.
I'm gonna say that's not a dad
These are
joke.
dirty dad jokes.
Dirty dad
I'm
jokes.
pulling it out.
You're going the dirty dad joke
I'm
way.
going dirty dad jokes.
Okay, it's still 2-1 though.
Oh man, I got a pop up.
What's orange and sounds like a parrot?
What?
A carrot.
That's horrible.
That wasn't
I
horrible.
didn't like it. This is a good one. My boss hates when I shorten his name to Dick, especially because his name's Steve.
That's good. But that's not a dad joke,
All right,
man.
I'm going
You-
back to dad jokes. I'm taking that as a double point.
I'm reading a
That's
book.
a double point.
It's not. Why is it double
'Cause I
point?
said so.
I'm reading a book on anti-gravity.
Okay.
It's impossible to put down.
That's good.
Gravity.
I wouldn't say it's funny. Gravity. Oh, Lord, would it hold me? It's John Mayer. So I stayed up all night wondering where the sun went. Then it dawned on me. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. Breaking Dawn.
How do you make holy water?
I don't know.
You boil the hell out of it.
Okay. Sorry.
Okay, well, it's a good no.
So I was getting a phone call. It's
Oh.
1:44 in the afternoon while I should be working. All right. Let me give you a real good one. I tell you a chemistry joke, but I know I wouldn't get a reaction.
Mm.
Boom. Science, Bill Nye.
Mm.
Bill Nye, the science guy. Come on the podcast.
What do you call a factory that makes only good products?
What?
A satisfactory.
Mm. Yeah, no.
No?
A steak pun is a rare medium well done.
Is that the whole thing?
Yeah.
Damn it. That wasn't good. Why can't you give Elsa a balloon
Who's Elsa?
from Frozen?
Oh, sorry. Huh.
Fuck it. Anytime you have to ask questions in a joke,
Yeah.
it's going bad.
Yeah. I'll give you a
Because she
redo.
will let it go.
Let it go.
There it is.
Let it go. From the belly button to the toes.
And that's not how it goes.
No?
You'll learn soon enough.
All right.
Go ahead.
A police officer.
What? Say that again, because that wasn't
Why
English.
did you? Oh, policy. I should let her read.
That is funny, so maybe you'll get the point for that.
That was actually the joke.
Is just gonna leave it?
So a policy officer got two kids playing with a firework and a car battery. He charged one and let the other one off. Boom, because you got to charge a car battery,
I
especially if
get
it's
it.
a Tesla.
What do you call a dinosaur with an extensive vocabulary?
What?
A thesaurus.
Rex?
Rex. Not just
You should have added the Rex.
Yeah, I'm reading
A
here.
thesaurus Rex.
I'm reading here.
Well, I'm improving your jokes. Last one. Last one. My dog has no nose. How does it smell? Awful.
That's good.
Boom.
That's good. I don't think any of these are really good when I'm looking through them.
Why'd you let me stop reading the naughty ones? Our naughty episode has the most views out of all of them.
What do you call a man with a rubber toe?
What?
Rubber toe.
I had that on my list. Too.
That's a good one.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
Oh, stupid jokes. So I think that we're probably going to end up getting into a level of comedic jokes where our kids will eventually classify them as dad. Those are dad jokes.
Who do you think is going to be the funniest out of your kids?
I think it's probably going to be Sunny or Atlas. Atlas is starting to show real signs of comedy.
Like what? Like his timing?
His timing is so
writing's
good. Like just
impeccable.
his looks, like when we're like looking at each other and laughing, he's just like
He's
quick
just
with
confused
timing.
all the time?
No, it's just like I don't know. It's Kenny and
It's a secret sauce.
it's intangible,
You got
right?
a secret sauce.
Intangible.
It's intangible talent.
To
Do you think you're funny?
understand.
What would you rate your funniness?
I
out of
think
10?
most people consider me very funny.
Very funny.
Yeah.
That's like a 7.5 out of 10 and above.
I think I'm like a 7-8
You're 7.8?
when I try.
What do you think you're like? What's your style?
I'm very improv,
Okay.
and that's my favorite thing to
I think
do.
it's 'cause we
I'm
pour on
very
microphones.
I'm very quick.
At a lot of things I've heard.
Jokes.
Booyah!
Jokes.
Oh, there it is.
Jokes. And I think that I have funny observations. You be the judge. Tell us.
Do
Is
you
Daniel
think
funny?
A 7.8 out of 10. I guess I haven't really showed. Thankfully, I haven't showed my funny side on this podcast.
You haven't, but
No.
Jess said that you make jokes all the time.
I do.
Wouldn't that be considered funny?
No, I just avert serious topics with
With funny quirps.
funny quirps that don't make sense or have any context whatsoever. Oh, it's Celsius, sponsor of the podcast. Yeah, we should turn the label out until they give us fucking money.
Yeah, I'm gonna hide it behind. I'll hide it behind.
We're freaking taking
Saget.
time out of our work day.
To do this for you.
I don't even want to know
For
what
them.
my hourly rate is.
For what?
Prostitution.
Oh yeah, that's a lot.
$60.
$60.
On that note,
Yeah.
just, it's a nice little chill
A
episode.
little chill. Are you? What's on the docket for the rest of your day?
I got to go meet clients downtown and talk about selling.
Downtown.
We also break into wait till the flash mobs happen. I got more work.
People come in with trumpets.
I'm actually gonna have the first night without Jess and the baby here because she's staying at her mom's tomorrow night. 'Cause
I'm
she's
leaving.
I know she's packing up the baby.
Why
and
is she going there?
She's like selling. I don't know. She has to do something in the burbs on the Sunday morning. I've got clients all freaking weekend.
Oh,
So chilling here with the pups myself. I tried to invite
that'll be
everyone
nice. You
over.
could like order food and stay up late.
So basically every
Just
day
yeah,
of
pretty
my-
much
so
a
every-
regular day. Have
every
you
day of my
changed
life.
more diapers since that one?
No,
What?
I haven't.
3
It
months,
was a one
man.
and done. It was one and done.
It's 3 months.
He's only pooping once a day now.
That might be problematic.
No, once or twice. Yesterday he pooped once. Today's
I don't
already pooped twice.
remember. Again, you'll look back.
Wait,
you go,
so has Sunny pooed yet?
no.
Still.
We're using Restoralax now. It's like a powder that you put
I've done
in.
it.
You've heard of
I've
it?
used it.
Yeah. So
got George tummy.
we're like now bringing it. Like she's gone on it before, like
Yo, it's
for
gonna
3
be
months
so.
stints.
She's gonna be on the toilet and then just like lift to the
That's
ceiling.
also a South Park episode when
Yeah.
Randy just goes, and he lifts up.
South Park's amazing.
So good. But
It really is.
yeah, so
What do you got going on for the rest of the day? Other than
I'm going to Jamie's mom's for dinner.
Are you gonna like?
I'm going straight there from here.
So
So
you're just gonna lie down
I'm
on her
hoping to
chair
hang
and
out
hope
here.
that she sits on you?
for a while. Who
Jamie's mom.
sits on me?
Yeah, you're a whoopee cushion. You missed the joke.
Yeah, I took that very differently. Very differently because I missed the top part of that.
We all know where your head's at.
No, it's just what you say with your
Jamie's
words in your
mom
mouth.
looks a lot like Sunny.
No, she doesn't. Her and Joey look alike.
Joey?
Jamie's mom and Joey have very similar features. Sunny looks more like me.
Okay.
Have you ever seen Jamie's mom
Yeah.
in photos?
Photos. And at the wedding?
Oh, that was many years ago.
It was 40 years ago.
This is our 10-year anniversary this year.
10 years. That's a whole decade.
Married.
That's
Married.
Married.
That's
You've been married
crazy.
for 10 years?
Yeah. We gotta do something big. The problem is that we can't plan anything big because no one's gonna watch our kids.
That's annoying, but if you had one, it'd be a lot easier to watch.
A lot easier.
Yeah. Maybe you should give away. That could be the big thing.
That
Hunger
could be our
Games.
anniversary.
You plan a Hunger Games
Just
and
with the 3 of our
only the
kids.
strong survives. Atlas, sorry, dude.
Yeah. Although he's pretty, he hits the girls. He doesn't walk up and smack them if
Guys
he doesn't
do
like what they're doing.
not hit girls.
Yeah. And when
Throw
you're
rocks
3,
at them. What?
yeah, or just tease them,
Tease them. Pull their hair.
pull their hair.
Yeah. Tell them they smell weird. Just don't hit.
That's how you flirt with girls when you were little. Like you'd say,
It's
like, I
abusive.
don't like you, and
That's-
now that you can't do that anymore.
You can't because it's
But kids
basically
will
abusive.
kids will be kids.
And podcast will be podcast.
And where can you find our podcast?
You can find us on Apple Music,
Yeah.
Spotify, iHeartRadio, Google Podcast, all of those fun audio places, all in our link tree, links in the bio.
Yeah.
Click it, rate it, pick
Do
a
it.
prize.
Pick a prize.
There it is, PYOP. And if you are watching us on YouTube,
Yeah.
hello.
Hey,
Nice seeing you. Thanks for joining us.
thanks for coming back.
Forget to smash that like button, hit the subscribe and that little bell so you know when we upload. Leave us a little comment. What would you rate
Do you have the
Daniel's?
bell on for any YouTube things that you subscribe to?
Well, I watch YouTube on my TV. Like that's all I really watch.
Yeah, so you're not
I have
looking
my
for-
subscriptions.
And then with those subscriptions, you hit the bell, so you go like,
No,
oh, I want to see this.
I'm not a bell hitter.
But we want you to be a bell hitter.
But don't be us.
So hit that bell.
Don't look at us for examples to do with anything about life.
Yeah.
Maybe with dad stuff. Some dad stuff.
That's why we're here.
Yeah,
I
we
hope.
like to give advice. And
We
you
try
listen
to.
to us. And if you don't, you are a bad dad.
And here
Bad
you go.
dad behavior.
Bad dad. Bad dad.
Thanks so much for watching.
I'm Daniel.
I'm Paul,
And this has been
the Dad Collective Podcast. Away. Tom Hanks. Wilson.
What? Again, random synapses.
There it is. If you guys sat in my brain, you'd literally
Light,
be
microphone,
scared. Okay,
close.
there it is. Have a nice day. Toodaloo.
Toodaloo.
Bye.
The